feel that some gatherings are not meant for women. For goodness sake, even in our laws, even in our constitution, there's freedom of association. There's freedom of expression. There's this misconception that women are not supposed to talk where men are talking. It's a very wrong misconception.
Welcome to Reflector Television on YouTube and on Facebook. On this conversation with Victor and with Barrister Dise, Dr. Barrister Dise Ogbise Goddy Harry, a gender advocate, former chairperson, Bayelsa Gender Response Initiative Team, former chairperson, FIDA Bayelsa, former chairperson, MBA Sagbama branch. In fact, she's the first female chairperson of the MBA in Sagbama. The second, right? After the first chairman, third chairperson. Okay, after Rhoda, you took Rhodesha White. Third, okay, and you became the first female chairperson. So, in this edition of Conversation with Victor, she'll be telling us about gender and gender advocacy. She'll be sharing her experiences for a better understanding on the definition, terms, and the workabilities, the workings around of gender issues. She's well versed and she's well experienced. Welcome, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment. Drop your comment, drop your thoughts, and also subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us if you're watching us from Facebook.
About gender equality, we're looking at a space, a society where the male folks, the female folks are equal in all ramifications. We're looking at issues of employment where the woman is entitled to such employment, just like the man is also entitled to such employment. We're talking about issues of non-discrimination. Then we can now say, yes, we're talking about gender equality, where the woman walks into a particular place and she's not discriminated by virtue of her gender. Well, societal norms has most times negatively impacted on women and issues of gender equality. When everybody says, especially the men say that our work is in the huddle room, is a norm, is an impression that has been created over the years. Madam, go to the kitchen, go to the kitchen. When you go and cook for us, you can't be in this meeting. It has negatively impacted on women negatively. The boy child grows up to say, don't you know I'm a man? He tells his sister that because he has heard his fathers, he has heard men say that the men are the ones that are supposed to be in the parlor watching TV. The men are the ones that are supposed to go to the meetings. They've seen all of that. So it has negatively impacted on women because it's something that has been there over the years. To challenge these norms, women must speak up. To challenge these norms, we must say our mind and say it the way we want it to be. Gone are those days when women keep quiet and say, no, I won't say anything. They said we're supposed to be in the kitchen cooking while they are taking decisions. No, women must begin to know their roles and responsibilities and tell themselves that no, we cannot be the way we used to be. You can see what Natasha is doing. She said the injustice done on her must be cannot be sustained. It goes to show that women now know their rights and they want their rights to be invoked when there are issues of discrimination. How can we also challenge these norms? We must go to court. No one should be discriminated upon. It's very clear in the Constitution of Nigeria of today. If we do all of that, I'm sure this issue of gender inequality and all of that will reduce to its barest minimum. On the concept of gender equality and gender equity, I think they have a close relationship, but there's a little bit of difference on it. Gender equality has to do with giving the rights that men have to women too. Gender equality has to do with, just like the word equality, everything has to be done right. If you're giving a man 20 slots, let me say via political appointment, same should be given to the woman. Everything has to be the same. And then gender equity has to do with the issue of fairness. Is it right? Sometimes the way women are treated, you will know that equity is nowhere to be found. Fairness is key when we talk about equity. And then that's how we can distinguish. In my own opinion, we can do a distinction on both concepts. To balance the need for gender equality, we all have different roles to play. The women must be wise in trying to demand for equality because over the years, from time immemorial, it has been the men leading. And for us to start agitating for gender equality, we must be tactical. We must know when to ask for those demands. We've had women that have gone, that have lost their marriages because they've handled the issue of gender equality in the wrong way. You must know who you're talking to. You must understand the audience. You must understand your partner. You must know when to speak to your partner to talk about issues that you don't like. Gender equality. You cannot just jump up to your husband and say, it's time for you to give me my rights. You are doing this. You must be tactical. It must be timely. You must know when to see your husband and talk to him about it. Probably after a good meal. And after maybe having a good time in the other room. Then you can now tactically know how to handle it. But we've had women that call themselves feminists. I'm not a feminist. I am a gender advocate. Women have gone to the extreme trying to fight for their rights. So, and it has not ended well with them. So, being timely, being tactical, being understanding your audience. If you have a governor that is not gender friendly and you want to talk about gender matter, then you must look for someone that is close to that governor that can handle it. But if you now go all the way on the streets and all of that, no, for goodness sake, we can't have gender equality. And then the issue of recognizing experiences and all of that. Yes, the reaction of one man might be based on the experiences he has had. So he might not give you that thing that you are demanding for at that particular time. So we must understand the person or the individual that we are dealing with to be able to talk about gender equality so that we can get it right. Policies and legislations can go a long way to deal with the issues of gender equality or inequality. I have heard people that say, is it in our laws? Leave me alone. I will do what I want to do. But if we have policies, if we have legislations, it will curb a lot of issues of discrimination and gender inequality in our society, especially as it affects women. So I would say that existing laws should be implemented. Policies already existing that has to do with issues of gender equality should be be looked at always. More especially, we can look at the issues of sensitization. I'm sure people are not aware of that there are policies, there are legislations already that deal with issues of gender bias and inequality. So it will help a lot. There's so many misconceptions in our society today by persons who feel that the man is above the woman. There are so many misconceptions today, even in our local communities, where they feel that some gatherings are not meant for women. For goodness sake, even in our laws, even in our constitution, there's freedom of association. There's freedom of expression. There's this misconception that women are not supposed to talk where men are talking. It's a very wrong misconception. And moving forward, I think the right thing needs to be done, which is a sensitization, which is awareness creation, which is us having conversations with community leaders and even with government to create platforms where we can create more awareness on the fact that the laws are there. There's no discrimination in our laws to say the men should sit at a particular place where women should sit at the back and all of that. No, no, no. If we can have continuous conversations with key stakeholders, and if the men can also help us to tell their fellow men that those are misconceptions that need to be corrected, I think it will go a long way.